They say that every journey starts with a single step. This journey started in an 8x4 metre courtyard. That's all, 8x4 metres. And this journey is a journey to health with your own chemical-free food at home. The freedom of choice and the freedom of health for you and your family. Faster growing than soil crops, being able to grow in a small area, less pests, less water, and the constant chemical-free food security at home in your own backyard. These are just tanks that hold the fish, providing the fertilizer for your vegetables. That's what the fish waste does. It provides fertilizer for your vegetables, chemical-free, all that good nutrient, and your vegetables grow. They take up that nutrient. This is where we're filling up the grow bed. This is where the vegetables will go. Currently we've got some expanded clay and gravel in there. This is the filter. The grow bed is the big filter that converts all of the fish waste, all of that ammonia, which is toxic to fish. It converts it into fertilizer that your plants absorb, all of your vegetables, filtering the water for your fish, keeping your fish happy and healthy. Going DIY saves money. I love DIY. It's awesome. It can be a lot cheaper. Just got to make sure that you use food grade materials and also UV stable materials. And then it's up to your imagination to do the rest. As soon as that bacteria in the grow bed has grown, and you have it reading in your water quality tests, when you've got it showing up that the ammonia is converting into nitrate, so the toxic fish waste is into the fertilizer that the plants can absorb, you add the plants. And then you watch them grow. You can literally watch them grow. I took photos every day to show the transformation, and you could see the difference from the same angle. When you've got the water quality balanced, you've got a good understanding of how your system works, that's when you add your fish. Now these fish, they're having a spa day. That's pretty cool. So they've just arrived, and I've put them in some salt water, just a salt bath, 10 grams of salt per litre. What it does is it helps to replenish their slime coats, makes them feel good. I mean, seriously, who doesn't feel good on a spa day? But it also gives us the opportunity to make sure that they're not sick, that they arrived healthy, and that they're safe to put into our aquaponics system with no diseases. Using valves helps to help with your design. It allows you to be able to upgrade and maintain your system. Got more flexibility for what you're wanting to do. People get a bit too complicated when it comes to adding seeds. They put them into rock wool or all these sorts of different things. They sprout them in so many different ways. But the simple thing you can do is just sprinkle them into your system. Sprinkle them into the grow bed, and they grow. They sprout and they grow. One of the things you need to be aware of is you do need to look at your system every day. You need to make sure that there's some basic checks that you do. Here we can identify that most of these plants have got a bit of yellowing happening. I could have left that slide out, and I thought about that. But this is demonstrating there was an iron deficiency. I needed to include some iron into the system. And no, that didn't mean just adding some rusty nails. Okay, that's really dangerous, and it doesn't actually give you what you need. So I add a little bit of chelated iron powder that was water soluble, and in a few days it was corrected. And here we've got the fish happy and healthy, providing all of that waste, all of that ammonia that they produce gets converted by the bacteria in the grow bed, and that fertilizer then becomes what the plants absorb. All of those vegetables absorbing all of that nutrient and then filtering the water for the fish, so the fish are then happy. And as the fish grow, your plants grow. The more nutrients are provided. When you look after your fish, your plants look after themselves. 1 month after planting, and the growth is amazing. That iron deficiency that I mentioned before, it's been corrected, and everything here is crisp and healthy. One thing to be mindful of with any type of gardening really is you want to make sure that you've got food all year round. So spread out your planting. So I sprinkled some seeds, and then a few days later I sprinkled some more, and then a couple of weeks later I sprinkled some more. I staggered the growing. The pipe on the bottom right hand side shows the overflow water from the fish tank going into the grow bed. So all of that nutrient rich water from the fish tank is coming into the big filter, which is the grow bed, or all of that grow medium, and that's where the vegetables are, and they're growing. A couple of weeks after that, hasn't everything quadrupled in size? The balance between the fish and the vegetables is perfect. The fish and the vegetables growing at the same rate, so there's always constant nutrients, and the bacteria within the system is able to help convert all of that toxic waste, all of that ammonia that the fish produce, into the usable fertilizer for the vegetables. It's the perfectly balanced ecosystem. Salad greens, coriander, celery, it's all growing together. Even the broccoli is awesome in the grow bed. And now we see it from a different angle starting to grow more and more. Lettuce, broccoli, coriander, chives, celery. There's so much food in there. And the best part? It's all chemical free and it's filled with nutrients. It's real food. Do you remember what real food is? I know I sound a little bit like the Lord of the Rings there. Frodo, do you remember the taste of strawberries? No, Sam, I don't remember the taste of food. But it's true. When we grow our own, it tastes so different to what you buy, because you're not tasting the chemicals, you're not tasting the synthetic fertilizers, you're not tasting the preservatives or anything else that they put on there, anything to help keep it from going off or keep it in transport. All of those things. How far does our food travel when you can walk out into your own backyard and it's there, it's crisp and it's filled with flavour? Now we have some tomatoes starting to thrive, all between the broccoli and everything else that's in there. Once you understand the fundamentals, it truly is easy to grow your own healthy, chemical-free food at home, even when you don't have much space, or if you feel you're not a gardener. So you can stop worrying about what's on your food, and even in your food. Washing doesn't actually get rid of everything. It's in your food. But you can grow at home, and you can start confidently feeding your family, knowing that it's healthy and chemical-free. We see now that the food forest is getting thicker. The fish grow bigger, producing more nutrients for the vegetables. Such a perfect, harmonious relationship. In less than 3 months, half the vegetable needs for the family have been met, and that of my neighbour as well. And that could be you. It's just a 4 by 8 metre area that has the whole system, and it's growing everything that we need and that the neighbours need. There's actually more than half. We learned how to use all of the plant, so not just the head of the broccoli, but how to use the leaves, the stem, the stalk, and even the roots. We popped the roots into the compost, and the rest of it we used in our stocks, in our soups, And okay, yeah, I'll put my hand up, I even ate it raw. Nothing wrong with that though, is there? That's the beauty. The healthy food, you don't need to do anything with it other than eat it. Of course, the more you harvest, the more room you have to put more in. And that's what we do. We keep having food security. We've got constant food growing at home. And as the seasons pass, you grow what's more suitable to that environment in that area. You start to become one with the cycle of life again. One with nature. One with how it works. The crisp food forest, simply, it's a 4 by 8 metre courtyard. And it's chemical-free, healthy food. No dodgy labelling, nothing to hide, just real food. Real food that you have grown from seed, food that you love to eat. And growing your own food gives you so much confidence in yourself because you're achieving something, but also confidence and happiness in your health. Just make sure that you keep an eye on what the plants need too. In this case, I really did need to stake those tomatoes, which I did, and they were over 6 feet tall. I had to stand on a ladder. Make sure that you're keeping on top of that part too, lifting them up. And know your environment, know the weather. Enjoy the crisp smell of your vegetables as you walk past while you're feeding your fish. The clean water, the crisp smell, growing fast, healthy, chemical-free food. Lots of celery, lots of beetroot. Yeah, you can see that I finally did stake those tomatoes. How awesome is that? Right out there in your backyard. More tomatoes, different crops, different seeds, and it keeps growing. And as the fish continue to grow in a well-maintained system, the plants grow too. Happy fish, happy food for you. Healthy fish, healthy food for you. More harvesting, more planting, more crops, more variety. Real, chemical-free, organic fish and vegetables in your own backyard. No more worrying about labels. No more worrying about what's on there. No more worried about the cost of food and trying to justify that $6 for that capsicum that's labelled organic and questioning, is it really organic? You can have that harmonious relationship with fish, providing the fertilizer for your vegetables in your own backyard. Growing faster food. Healthy food. Even if you're renting, even if you only got a small space. Everyone has the right to healthy, chemical-free food.